Hello everyone, my name is James, and today I'll be Masion Mystery. So let's read. Sure enough, the folded note was stamped with the familiar GM symbol. Becca opened it and read it to the others. Welcome, Danny and friends, to your very own creature feature. Can you identify and capture each of the business species linked below? I've proven a means for a closer look, so you can get up close and personal with a star of the show. What means for a closer look? Danny worried. What does that mean? What is this? Frankie said, picking up what looked like a small rag. It's a microscope. I'm not going. Mm, mm, I'm not looking at a spider through a microscope. Danny said, taking a few steps back from the table. No way, no how. It looks like the only one of these drawers will need to contain a spider. This guy said as he inspected the drawer further. That drawer is the spider drawer, but there is a whole lot of other stuff come before it, and that don't seem so bad. See how each of the drawers have numbers of legs specified? Only one door says not 8. That offers a little comfort, Daniel said. When this drawer over here says 30 to 90 ports, 30 to 90 ports of legs, what sort of monster are we expected to deal with here? I bet you, um, I bet you that one is a millipede, Franklin remarked. I've seen them in my mother's basement, and and I had to help maybe pack one for a science project once. I remember him talking about 30 to 90 pairs of legs. So we were supposed to capture a millipede in the drawer. Becca asked, "Guys, we can do this." Frankie said, stepping forward to grab his drawer. We list the characteristics of a millipede. Come on. You guys go ahead. General mumbled, bringing the camera up again to catch Francis at the start of the pup. Now, just make sure everything gets documented. Okay, Becca said, taking a breath to steady her nervous heart. The drawer says, in addition to 30 foot, those we're also looking for something that has an emptiness. It is long and worm-like. I'm not going to lie, when we said, young, they're particularly shadowy corner of the basement. They're looking horrifying. When Daniel pointed his camera light to the corner, Henry was nearly impressed. There came a rapid, scattered movement over the wall, which caused Frankie to cry out and jump back. Becca fought the urge to scream, and the sight of hundreds of skidding bugs falling over each other to try and get away from the bright lights of Danny's camera. So we found the bug corner, and Becca said, "See any millipedes?" "I do," Daniel voiced shocked as he stepped his way back and forth. Right there, sticking out from underneath that piece of old cardboard. Becca spotted the cardboard and lifted it up. Gross grossed out at the sight of a long, tooth-shaped bug with so many moving legs that she couldn't even begin to try and count them. Oh, I don't think we need the microscope to confirm what this is, he says, standing back as Henry lets for it with the open door. Got it, Henry says, scanning proudly his showcase the millipede inside the door. It ran in confused circles around the bottom of the door before staggering and too nimble at a piece of rotting wood that had been placed inside. Okay, Nicholas followed Tracy and Danny, Danny, back to the table with the drawer. Alright, one drawer down, seven to go. I think we'll be able to find all the others around the same corner. We just have to know that for what we're looking for. The second drawer specified that the correct bug had six legs, was oval shaped, and extended. It was approximately 1 to 2 inches in size. The first of which the bugs they saw lacked antenna and was too small to fit in the description. But then they got spied a group of hungry cockroaches scurrying over an old can of dog food. She knew she she knew to find the right answer. Captain Coco turned out to be filled with much more darting around and stealing than catching a millipede. But eventually, Becca caught one and was able to move on the door to next one. Before they knew it, they had killed five more doors. Terminate, pillbug, cricket, centipedes, earwig. The pillbug and the earwig had required the use of a microscope, which Becca and Francie took turns with it, putting the end of the microscope against the bottom of the pack, so mm, they could try to count the legs. There's only one more door to fill, Becca, Becca said, turning to Daniel. The spider door, and Becky said, zooming on her expression. I think you should do it, Becca said. This frame here was clearly made for you, so you should conquer your fear. I think maybe it'll be good for you to improve yourself that you can do. Yeah, Francie added, stepping aside there, stepping up beside Becca. I agree with Becca. Don't let the game master tell you you are or are not afraid of. But I mean, Janice and Sue, I'm sure afraid of spiders. Mm, look at this description, Becca said, raising the spider door and pointing up at the terrace on the leg. On the left. It's just a daddy long-legged spider. They're like the most gentle type of spiders. They couldn't even bite if they wanted to. Daniel seemed silent, and Becca herself, she was considering. Go brave, Danny, frankly encouraged, taking the door from Becca. He pulled it in, dancing hands. Here, I'll even show you as you do it. The audience will love it. To Becca's further surprise, Danny did hear him try to talk his way out of the pack. He took the door's hand and handed over his camera, his brow furrowing seriously as he approached a covered bookshelf. Come on, Danny, he said under his breath. giving himself a pep talk. I bet the game master uh, didn't expect you to agree to do this, huh? Becca watched Danny inspired by his bravery, inspired by his bravery. He was going to conquer fear and catch a spider. Using a stick from the floor, Danny carefully pulled the web on aside until he spotted a group of daddy long legs and captured one into the door without much difficulty. It wasn't until he came back to return the drawer to Becca that he noticed the screen of sweat on his forehead and the way his hands were shaking. As soon as the lid was on the drawer, Daniel took a huge sigh of relief, and to assembly Becca burst out into a victory cheer. I knew you could do it, Henry cried out. And what? And that was the last drawer of the puzzle. We beat another round of the game, but what now? Suddenly, Becca felt something strange underneath her spider jaw. Confused, she turned it over, only to spot a small flat piece of paper taped to the bottom. Whoa, she said, peeling it off carefully before setting the spider jaw down with the others. I think it's another clue or something. Danny pointed his camera over Becca's shoulder as he opened the clue to find yet another list of insect characteristics, like the ones on the other drawers. We still intrigued, Becca mumbled under her breath as she read the clue. Is it another type of spider? Weird, Tiny said, and isn't even a drawer for us to capture it in. That doesn't make sense. Maybe, Daniel said, looking up behind the lens, we're supposed to go outside to it. Great thinking, Becca agreed. Let's head back upstairs and see if we can get outside with the others. Maybe there will be something in that big tree out in the front, outside. Becca and Finley rushed to go back upstairs, and when Becca turned to see if Danny was following them, she smiled at the sight of her friend looking proudly over the basement. The satisfactory grin proved that he felt much better leaving this room, and he had come into it. I'm coming, he called to her, and he noticed her watching. Let's get out of this studio house. Chapter 10, Matt. Another clue already? Matt stepped forward and grabbed a note from the locked gate. That maze was really hard to beat. I think the least the ringmaster could have done was giving us a minute to read before throwing us right back into another game. At least he's moving along, Kelly said, pointing at the note for Matt to open it. Let's see what waits for us next. I'm guessing whatever it is will end us unlocking the gates. That's the only way getting out of the maze without going back through the unknown area. Matt opened the note, maybe looking curiously over his shoulder. Well done defeating the lady drip, the note said, but you can find the key to unlock the gate. Told you, uh, Kelly smirked, already one step ahead of the game master. The only other thing that can be used was a poem that made you read out loud when behind the mask. Roses are red, violets are blue. You need a key. What shall you do? Find the flowers that hold your power to get you through the gates. You will be one step closer to discovering beloved elephant's face. Elephant, make you cry out. We must be really close. Why isn't there any invention of natural though. Natural must be included in, in a difficult clue. A decent clue can summarize one that comes after this, or maybe one that the other group has already figured out. Yeah, Matt said, turning once again to look up for any sign of the house behind the maze. And just unable to find it as he was the last time he checked. I wonder how it's going inside the house. What sort of things the game master has set up in there. It must be something as fun as figuring out the scare and maze work. Carrie said, especially if we haven't heard any of them yelling to us from the backyard yet. We won't let this game almost get us like the maze did. Matt turned Matt to the crew, determined to get started with the game. So it could end already. The sun was starting to sink lower in the sky. It's night fell before they could find anything, and not so, who would have the courage to stay and keep trying? Even the game master had sensed that staying after dark was a horrible idea. Finding the flower that holds her power, not be from the poem. Does that mean that the piece of the today is hidden in one of these flowers? But there are way too many flowers here. Maggie said, looking with uncertainty down the long length of the iron gate, which was completely covered and surrounded with bright flowers of all different kinds. It's an impressive variety, Kelly said, looking over the spread just with wrong. Here we can see violet and roses, violet, daisies, jasmine, and even maybe some poppies. Whoa, maybe was impressed. How do you know to identify all of these type of flowers? My mom is a little bit of a gardener. Very answered with a laugh, and by a little bit of a gardener, what I really mean, she enters the flower and the end of the flower show at a county fair every year and always wins the blue ribbon. Also, that said, when Mickey nodded. Still, though, how are we supposed to trust each and every flower on the state? It's like maybe. So, also, Matt said, and Mickey nodded. Still, though, how are we supposed to trust each and every flower on the state? It's like maybe. Said, there are too many. It'll take us hours. Not if we organize the search a little bit. Haley said, ignoring the flowers now to take a look at the entire length of the gate. If each of us search a section, we'll cover the gate in 33% of the time it would have taken if we stuck together to check. 33% of the time sounds right to me, Maggie said. What third do you want to do? I want the first third, Kelly said, walking down the left side of the gate and standing on a spot third away down. I'll search from the start of the gate to here. Maybe, maybe you search from here to where Matt will begin. Matt, go stand third of the way from the very end. Matt doubled over until he was standing in front of the spot where Kelly had directed him, using sticks from the ground, and each of them carved a line It is just to mark the places where each thread began. After that, it was a matter of patience. Everyone worked silently, using their eyes and their hands to thoroughly search each and every flower bud. Some of them short and delicate, others thick and waxy, and most of them dotted with beautiful ladybugs, and that ate any spray of Athens hungry. The map was memorized by the bright velvet color of the flowers and the beautiful triangle that filled his nose. There has been the whisking to place he called over to Maggie, to Lee and Maggie, who laughed in agreement. Even despite getting to be closer and personal to many gorgeous fellows, the trial brigade wore off before too long. Matt's hands burned from all the kneeling and crouching, and he thought he might be allergic to one of the types of flowers, because all of a sudden he couldn't stop sneezing. From somewhere to his left, Maggie jumped as he ducked to avoid a errant bumblebee. Keep going, Katie called to them. You know, I know it's tedious, but we have to stick with it or we're never going to find the key. What would happen if we tried to climb over the stage? Maggie would wonder, standing back to take a smell of the black iron gate. Just stick the key altogether. There's no way we could do that safely. That advised, looking at the pointy tips of the gate and reaching on the sky like swords. The key is the only way, unless you want to go back to the maze of weeds. No, thank you, Maggie said, moving back to the spot of flowers where he had left off. I'd rather stick to the flowers. They continued to work as they could. Matt wondered again that Becca and the others were up to the creepy old house. He let his imagination run wild as far as the sorts of things they might have encountered in their ghosts, werewolves, vampires, whatever was in there. He knew Beck would be able to handle it, and the others too. He hoped whatever they were doing wasn't taking nearly as long as to complete as the stuff his team had gone through so far. Maybe soon they would all be able to get back together again. I think I found it. Ray climbed out, his arms deep into a thicket of roses. Hey, sorry, never mind. It's just a snail. Matt had to laugh as he watched Mayu put a snail back with a vine on his face and wiping the snail slime on his hand before continuing his search. Harry looked so deep in his face that Matt panicked for a moment. What if he hadn't been doing as thorough of a job as he thought he was? What if the key was in his section that he already passed over? Suddenly filled with panic. Matt wasn't sure if he should continue working down the line or he should start completing over. No, starting over would only add more time to the game. Matt had to trust himself, had to concentrate well enough not to miss the key. It's not like he was completely blank out. Maybe he had been thinking about Becca and the others. Nodding to himself, he continued into a path that was thickened with bright red poppies. The blossoms themselves were too inclined to flat, but Matt was Matt made sure his hands running down the stem to see if there was anything tied to them or settled onto the dirt below. He was almost done. A section of bright red he noticed whether one of the poppies was different than the others. Carefully, Matt poked his finger into one of the petals of the strange poppy. letting out a small sound of surprise when he realized it was made out of plastic, unlike its real and counterparts. What the heck? He whispered, and right as he spotted a bright red pea taped to one of the petals. The pea was exactly the same color as the rest of the puppy, and it blended in so well, Matt knew he was lucky to have noticed. I found the key, he cried, stealing it from where it was taped to the fake puppy pedal. It was in a puppy. I always knew puppies were my friend, saying Mutt, still out of breath from running over from her own area. Now we can lock, open that lock and see where the game leads us. One step closer to elephants. Maybe we're here. Well done. And Matt, with a smile, Matt unlocked the silver padlock on the cage, and the way group was able to walk through into a narrow but well-maintained walkway that went around the side of the razor, back toward the direction of the house. Before they knew it, they were passing the door itself, but they weren't in it. As his feet in the gated walkway, his breath was in his chest. Matt let his eyes move forward to see where the path was actually leading them. There, at the end of the big walkway, was a side door leading directly into the house. Thank you for listening. Goodbye.